everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods Gravitas. We're back on the server, just myself at the moment. The community server is a different one to this one that everyone's sort of playing on at the moment. I'm just on a private one with a few of the other server mods. Last episode, you know what? I don't know what we did. I think we set this guy up, the Forge. So it's an actual multi-block structure. All this stuff needs to be here, and as you can see, it has a pretty cool interface, and it allows us to melt metals. And potentially fire things as well. So like, cook our molds and stuff, our clay molds. Without obviously having to set up like a fire pit and stuff. We can use some charcoal and it's a little bit quicker as well, it seems. Now, we tried to fire up the molds last episode, but we found that, I don't think it worked. We couldn't get hot enough. I think we need to get just a little bit hotter. And the charcoal only goes up to yellow-white with 2 stars. Now, I've been told that what I should check out are bellows. Now, these will cost lumber and leather, which we're actually cooking up some leather at the moment. That's the other thing we did during the last episode. And so, not for this purpose, but I guess it's going to work, hopefully. And so this thing should help increase the heat to increase the maximum temperature. Bellows is a device that can be used to increase the airflow. Makes it hotter, blah, 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 charcoal forge, blah, blah, blah. To use the bellows, simply place it facing the targeted heating device and use it. The bellows will pump air into the device, raising the maximum temperature for a short time. That sounds awesome. That sounds exactly like what we want. It will consume the fuel faster, but obviously at a higher rate. Now, what I don't know is what it necessarily means. Okay, so obviously, in order to provide it, it needs to be directly in front or in front and 1 block down. So obviously, I can't place it directly in front of the forge. So instead, we'll have to go 1 block below. And we can arrange for this to happen. I'm pretty sure we can have that happen. The question is just sort of where I want to go to do that. I think if I reckon that I'm going to have a house up here that leads down to this direction, then I probably want it on this side. Even though that might look a little bit weird, but I mean, we'll see. Like if I... hold on. Hold on. Everything's fine. I need to grab some limestone cobble and place that here. Remain calm. Does the forge still work? Okay, it still works. I'm pretty sure these need to be here. That's why I'm sort of panicking a little bit. I'm guessing I've got to build a something to hold this thing up. So we'll go on this side, and I'll dig down here, and we'll place a support structure. I don't know if this is a great idea, but it's an idea, I'll tell you that much. Do we have any on us? It doesn't look like it. Whereabouts have we stored our beams? Our beams must be in one of these storages. It looks like there's some here. Our supports, sorry. So we'll come over here real quick. We'll slap that there. Oh, I guess put that extra bit. Oh, I didn't want it to go that high, but that should be fine. And so now, I believe this will work. I'm pretty sure now I can break this. And I can break this. And we can even break that. And because there's a beam connected to this guy, technically it being next to it is it quote-unquote connected. As you can see, everything's sort of staying where it should. So we can come into here and just pick up the stuff. I can sort of cover it back up because, we don't need this whole thing, to be too crazy. I just sort of wanted like this, you know what I mean? Like, this is all I wanted. And then we can even maybe open this up a little bit, make it a little bit nice. Sure. So yeah, the other thing I want to do real quick is apparently I should be storing all of our food in these large vessels. These are apparently the play. These will allow our food to last a little bit longer. So let's do that. I mean, that's a good idea. Sounds good. So I am going to make that transform. Oh, everything's rotten. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's courtesy of the server. Some of the stuff isn't. Obviously, these lemons are a little bit longer. We've got some stuff there. Anything else? A little bit of grain. That's still got a little bit of life in it. Pumpkins. But the rest of this stuff's rotten, so we'll have to compost that or something, which... Oh, not that, sorry. Which isn't the end of the world, I guess. It's not too bad. So, hold on. This will take 6 months. If I unseal it, 9 months. If I seal it, 1 year. If I unseal it, 9 months. Okay. Sure. Yeah, so that's going to last 1 year and 6 months. Gotcha. Just sounds good to me. And then obviously this stuff's all rotten, which is unfortunate because some of this stuff is pretty nice. But once again, it's not the end of the world. I think we'll be fine. We've got a bunch of food here. Some of it's growing. Some of it's mature. We can actually harvest this if we want, but I kind of don't want to because, I mean, if I don't... Well, I guess I am a little bit hungry at the moment. I was going to say, if we don't need to, it's just going to spoil, right? Now, how do I harvest this? Am I actually meant to dig it up? I am curious because I feel like it might be worth just making a tool real quick just in case. And I think it's that. Yes, there we go. Stone hoe. So we'll grab this guy. Oh, if I can figure out the buttons. Can I right-click with you? Nope. I feel like a scythe might even do it. Scythe. Let me just read it up real quick if there is a thing here. Hold control. Scythe is a tool that harvests plants and leaves. Okay, it does it in a 3x3. You know what? I'm just going to dig it up. I mean, I think it's fine. I hope it's fine. Did we? Yeah, this guy here. Okay, well, the sun's coming up, so that's beautiful. So what is the plan for this episode? Oh, I also just realized, yeah, we've actually got pumpkins and stuff. So it's, hey, listen, everything's slowly coming to be. We've got a room for melons over there, so that should happen at some point, I imagine. So yeah, what's the plan? I do want to make those bellows, so what we might find is somewhere here, leather. Beautiful. So we've got 9 leather, which is enough to make one of those bellows. All we would need as well is a little bit of lumber. So I do have some chestnut logs. We've got a saw. Why not? So that's obviously quite a lot of lumber, but it's fine. We'll use it all eventually. So I am wondering if I can get rid of these 2 bits. Put in some leather. Bellows. Beautiful. That's honestly pretty quick. I'm surprised. So there it is. If I were to right-click this, as you can see, it blows air into the forge. Now, the forge is off at the moment, so it's not really going to do anything. But the option is there. So, what does this mean for us? Well, it means if we want to, we can cast some stuff. We could possibly fire some molds up. It just so happens that we kind of don't need to at the moment. So I guess, but we could, you know. So that's an option. I might place this here as well, and this will be Dewey's docile. Is that yeah? I think that's... Oh, and of course it's raining. The one time we get some sun and it's raining. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, there we go. Cool. There was something else we wanted to settle for. I think it was to try and be able to ride our animals, right? Because we've got a couple of donkeys over here. And we were going to use those to... Well, get around. And another thing you might notice when we look at these animals is their familiar... Their trust in me, that stat, the second stat from the top that I can't say for whatever reason. I'm genuinely trying. I think if I say it quickly, I can say it. Like if I say familiarity, right? I don't think I'm saying the right word there. I'm pretty sure I'm cheating and mumbling that word, but it sounds well enough that I can get away with it if I'm in some flow. That's gone back down to 0 because I think it's like time's passing when I'm not here, and so it's going down. And I don't necessarily know the solution to that. I'm questioning whether it has to do with the claim, like whether somehow this claim is false. But we don't have force loaded selected. And we spawned... I'm pretty sure the spawn point wasn't right here, so it shouldn't be like force loaded from the spawn point. So I'm not too sure. And yeah, look, we've got cool Blocky Bros claim over there. I don't think there's anyone else at the moment, but yeah. What was I saying? I'm not too sure. Yeah, okay, let me do some thinking, and I'll try and plan out what we're going to do next. I'll be honest, I kind of want to just go and, like, chop down the entire forest, because I want to finish this house, and I think we can. But yeah, I know time travels when someone else is on, so obviously we've got someone way over there that's on, and I'm guessing when I log in, the time updates with what the server's time is, and it goes, hey, hold on, all this stuff should have expired by now. I imagine it has up to a certain date that it expires in. And so that's what's sort of getting me, is that time's running out. Which, I mean, that makes sense. And to be honest, I guess that's a good reason to push for, like, a cellar or something, right? To keep our things nice and cool. Because if I was just playing single player, I feel like I wouldn't have to worry about my stuff, you know, dying. Now, once again, I don't know how winter's going to be. I'm not sure if we're going to run out of food, and I'm going to regret being as comfortable as I am. At the moment, but I do feel pushed to make a cellar, which is good because it does sound cool, and obviously like a greenhouse and that stuff. So Maybe we'll look into that. I mean, the cellar needs a climate control station or a climate station. This thing needs, planks. It needs redstone, which I don't have. I'm sure we can find some, surely. And we need brass. I don't have brass. Now, brass would be made on an alloy. On a anvil. Allegedly a copper one. We'll see if we can do this on just a normal anvil too, because I do want to mess around with the anvils. We would obviously need a brass ingot. The brass ingot could be made out of zinc and copper with an alloy kiln. It's an option. I will be honest. It is an option. It's not a bad option as well, I think. Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty much it, right? We need zinc. We can cast molten brass, and molten brass we would get from a combination of copper and zinc, but we don't have zinc, right? We need zinc. I mean, that makes sense. Now, to get zinc, apparently we need sphalerite. Sphalerite. Awesome. Now, you know what? I'll look it up because I'm sure it'll be helpful. We might do some mining as well. We'll do some tree chopping and some mining this episode. It can be found at any elevation, but richer veins are often, or deeper veins are often richer. It can be found in metamorphic rocks. Now, metamorphic rocks are these ones here. So quartzite, slate, phyllite, schist, gneiss, and marble. I butchered all of those words, but I know a few of them. If we actually look at our map and we go over to geology, this is one of them. Oh, sorry, I mean marble, obviously. The schist thing there, and then I feel like I saw the other type of rock, but either way, I mean, that's what we want, right? We want to be mining in this area, essentially, if we want to get our zinc. And currently, I think our mine is, like, over here, I think. Yeah. I'll tell you what, one thing at a time. Listen, if we can finish off a bit of a house this episode, I'll be incredibly happy. If we can do mining on top of that and get some stuff done as well, I'll also be pretty happy. So we'll try and get some actual, like... no, we'll try and get situated, I guess. I'm just thinking, like, traveling to and from the mine is going to be horrible. Obviously, we've got one waystone, but, I mean, we need at least one more. And I mean, as far as I'm aware, the only way to get that is just by stumbling across it in the wilderness. At least for us at the moment. So yeah, I'm not too sure what the plan is. By the way, if you wanted to make a base sooner, because obviously I'm sort of going arguably in a bit of a deep end, trying to get like trees and stuff, you can make mud bricks, right? There's where is it? Mud bricks. You'll use silt mud, or any type of mud. I'm guessing you can use silty mud, and to make that, I don't actually know, but you can clearly do it. I mean, everyone has this stuff. It's just I don't know how they're doing it. Mud bricks. How is there no shortcut here to open the book for any of these mud bricks? How do people just discover mud bricks? Let's go back here. Let's see. Is there anything here mentioning like mud? Where the river flows. While exploring, you may come across large bodies of water. Drinking fresh water can restore your thirst. However, drinking salt water will deplete over time. Okay, so yeah, we've got fresh water. I assume that's what that's talking about. Oh, they have a current. Okay, and they ultimately lead to oceans. Very cool. Oh, awesome. I didn't know that. I'm learning. Okay, mud. That is what we're after. Oh, here we go. It's mud and straw. Mud can be found on the ground underneath rivers and lakes or in patches in low elevation swampy environments. And then you put it with straw and you get some bricks that you can place on the ground to harden. Combine those, you get brick blocks. So it's not an easy recipe, I guess, because you still got to like dig up the bottom of the river or a swamp. But it's there. It's an option. Nice. Well, I mean, hey, we've got a decent amount of chestnuts. This is obviously the start of our house. I'll be honest. It already looks horrible. The plan? yeah, bold of you to think I have a plan. But if I did have a plan, it would probably come out here, come across here, and then just go over here. I think that makes sense. We'll just have it go here. So it's not going to be too crazy. But yeah, so you know what? Well, yeah. Alright, it's fine. I'll continue building this. I'll leave some spots for glass, even though I don't even know how to get glass at the moment. I haven't seen sand yet. I'm not sure if sand is a thing. But yeah. You know what? I was gonna make an actual roof, right? Like if we look in here, there are actual roof pieces. Now, if you use planks, you can just make them, right? But planks, obviously, that's gonna use some of my saw up, and I kind of don't want to do that because you can also use logs. Now, logs will need glue. Glue you can get from a barrel with bone meal, right? So I was like, okay, if this is an option, how easy is it to get bone meal, realistically? And then I'm like, okay, yeah, we need the quern, or however you pronounce this thing, and this is actually doable. It's just stone and stuff. The reason we didn't make it before was, well, because we didn't have stone before. But we can do this, or at least I think we can. The only issue we have, and I say only, but one of the issues we have is I don't know how to get the smooth stone. I'm not too sure how to do that part. If we go ahead and search for the quern, right, it needs stone. So, you know, like raw dolomite, yeah, pretty much any of our raw rocks is like a stone, right? And then it also needs a smooth version. Oh, a chisel. Okay, yeah, cool. We can, I think we can do that. So if I open this up and I search chisel, because oh, can you not do a stone one? Oh, you can't do a stone one. Okay, we're gonna have to do a copper chisel. Damn. Okay. Well, a copper chisel, that's obviously gonna need one of these bad boys. So a nice little mold. So, all right. I mean, we could do that. Now, I could do this, and this would give me a chisel mold. Oh, did that use it? I thought clay got back because it was just, oh, it actually made the mold. Okay. Well, I was going to say you could probably do multiple molds, but that's fine. I mean, sure. You know what? Hey, it gives us a reason to test out our bellows. This is going to be really cool. So that'll obviously get heated up in there. Now, I could leave the vessel here and it'll obviously fill up with the metal, but you can also apparently put the mold there and it will fill up. You know what? I'll keep using the vessel because I'm going to want to heat the copper up as well while I'm chiseling. And the chisel will use a full ingot's worth, so, or you know, a full 100 mil buckets. So we'll go here, grab this guy out, chuck him in there. So I'll put 2 charcoal in just to, you know, get us started. We do have our fire stick. We've got our bellows, obviously. So, oh, is that a rabbit? I'll let him go. I mean, listen, if we need rabbit, we can hunt for some rabbit. You know, it's fine. All right, so this is going to heat up. It will heat up to a yellow-white 2-star. Yeah, I mean, that's what it'll do. So you can see it'll slowly go up here to about, like, you know, over there. Or I guess a little bit closer, a bit further up there. So it's pretty much a waiting game at this point. It doesn't take too long, but it does take, you know, longer than I can sit here stalling you guys. Oh, actually, no, it won't. I can stall you, or at least a little bit longer. I want to say thank you to our channel members. We have grown a little bit. I don't want to push for it too much because watching the videos is honestly more than enough. The channel membership and donation side of things, that's it's there if you want to, right? But it's not there like you need to, obviously. I really enjoy playing this game, and I enjoy what we do here with the community. So that's honestly more than enough. Leaving the comments and stuff, it's very nice. So thank you guys so much. But to those of you who have become channel members, thank you for doing that. And specifically, thank you to Andre B, who's a tier 3 channel member. Thank you for supporting us and helping our servers continue to exist. So yeah, thank you guys. I'm not good at doing that, but I'm sure we'll get better at it over time. Usually what we'll do is I'll name like an animal. In fact, I was actually going to do that. Can we get a name tag? I would need some wool. I think we can do it though. Probably not just yet because I mean I've got this wool, but I don't think I can butcher that back down. We could do a sleeping bag. That's an option too. Yeah. I could dye the wool. Interesting. If I get a millstone, we could do that, but I mean, I don't know if we're close to millstones. Maybe we are. I don't know. Well, but yeah, once we get like a name tag, we'll probably start naming our animals. So then that way it's a lot more natural in the video when we go over and mention it. So anyway, is this stuff hot enough? It is. So this guy's full of liquid. This guy's not hot enough. I'm going to blow the bellows. That should push this hotter. I'm going to whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay, it's actually cooling down, I think. So let's, maybe. I'm not sure. It's still yellow-white. I can't tell. I honestly can't tell. How do I know if this is working? Is it back to front? Oh, I think I think I've got to somehow place it. Oh my god, how am I going to do this? Hold on, hold on. I don't even have a shovel anymore. Swing the hand faster. So that should hold up. Perfect. I should be able to crouch under here and place that there. No, it's... I think... Listen, I think I know what I'm doing. I think if I crouch and place it. There we go. So now I'm going to blow this. And that's going to glow. And it's going to get a little bit hotter. And so I think if I hold this down a bit. As you can see at the top, it looks like it's glowing nice and hot. But I also feel like it's just not doing it, you know? I mean... What are we thinking here? It's clearly, this is still just staying at yellow white. Do I need to put another charcoal in? Yellow white. I don't think it's working. I don't think we're getting there. I mean, like, I really don't know what to do here. I thought this would work. I wonder if I need multiple bellows. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm meant to place it. Arguably, I can place it there, but I don't think I can. You know what I mean? Like, I think I can, but I don't think I can. We're probably going to need to, you know, heat that stuff up again. It's fine, I guess. Facing the targeted heating device and use it, the bellows will pump air into the device, raising the maximum temperature for a short time. Directly in front of it, or in front and one block down. Hold on. Did I misread it? The bellows can provide air to a device that is directly in front of it, or in front of one block down. Okay. Not this thing one block down. Sorry, I cannot believe that I misread that. But here. That does it. Yeah, and there we go. We've got the chisel head mold, and it is completely hot. It is a brilliant white heat currently. This stuff is molten copper, allegedly. Although it says it's solidified. So we're going to chuck this back in here, so that can heat up. This thing was burning at a brilliant white. That is impeccable. Can I place you here, maybe? No, that doesn't seem to work. Maybe when this moltens? Moltens? It does say it's molten at the top, but then at the bottom in the contents it says it's solid. So I'm assuming it is solid, and we'll just have to wait a little bit. I don't have any charcoal. We might have messed up here. Maybe. If this can... it's not even there yet. Okay. Listen, I'll stick to it. We'll see what we get to. Okay, so it currently is molten, right? As you can see. So I'll let it go as hot as it can, just before we pull it out, and I'll make sure I have this on me. There we go. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to place you in there. Phew! Okay. We've done it. I believe it's fine. This should fill up completely. Awesome. But yeah, cool. So that's how that works. You've got to place it just above, and it'll actually it'll put all the air in. Good to know. Now another thing I was told that I should have known, and I guess I do know it. It's just I haven't done it yet. Obviously, is we can make our charcoal pits bigger, right? Currently, we've just been doing like one at a time. We can. Oh, we've actually got charcoal made. Previous me thought of the future. But we could do like, you know, a 2x2 pit or a 3x3 pit. And that'll obviously save us a little bit of time there. Sweet. So we should have a chisel. Awesome. So we combine that with a stick, and we've then got a copper chisel. We combine that with 3 of these, and we should have what we want. Now it is possible that there's an interface that this guy has, or that I'm meant to do something else with it. Which is what it's sort of looking like, right? Because nothing's happening at the moment. Chisels must be cast in molds or forged on an anvil. Sure. In order to get started, you need chisel and any type of hammer. In order to start chiseling, hold the chisel in your main hand and a hammer in your offhand and target a block in the world. So what I would do is I would have 1, 2, and 3, right? Then what we would do is I would have my chisel... Wait, which one was it? The offhand? Hold on, is this the right page? Hammer in your offhand. Okay, cool. So I don't have a hammer at the moment, but we can probably make one. I think I remember. I believe it is just this shape here. Perfect. Our inventory is horrendous, but it's it's fine. We'll make do. So that goes there. Chisel, and then yeah, look, we can allegedly chisel this. So let's do it. This block cannot be chiseled. Okay. Cool. I see the thing in the bottom right, which I'm guessing is like something. Like, what am I doing? Yeah. The chisel has 3 modes. An indicator of cycle chisel mode. What is that symbol? Is that I? No, that's M, sorry. So if I press M, I can cycle. Okay. Cool. The block cannot be chiseled. Very interesting. So I've got it set to smooth mode, but as you can see, it can't quite do it. I'm guessing we actually do need stone, like proper, like this type of stone. Because here, wait, hold on. So we've got limestone cobble. Then how do I turn that into smooth stone? See, there's no option here for smooth stone. Sure. Okay, I believe you. So what do I have to do? If there's no option for smooth stone, how do I smooth the stone? Oh, you know what? I do think that I've seen this before in the book. This is what I believe you do. I think... I don't actually know how you do it then. Hold on, I do have an idea. I think if I place a stone down here, and then one here, and then one above, right? So we're making like a cluster, right? So there's a cobble on every side. I think if you do this, and then you mine every block but the block in the middle, then it works. Now, I don't... Listen, that doesn't make sense to me, but... I'll probably have to... I'll definitely be rereading the book after this. But I'm hopeful. And then that top one would plop off and like turn into the right block. But I mean, that's clearly not what's happened. Let's check the book out. Okay, yeah. Obtaining raw rock. In order to obtain a raw rock block without breaking it into smaller rocks, it needs to be extracted. You must mine the blocks on all 6 sides of a raw rock block. Once it is surrounded by air on all sides, it will pop off as an item which can be picked up. Awesome. So the problem is that we're using cobble, right? Obviously, I'm meant to be using the actual block. So we'll cover this up. I'll try to clear my inventory out of whatever I've got here. Whatever will leave my inventory. Oh, you know what? A lot of it left my inventory. I'm actually quite surprised. Do I need any of this on me? I mean, probably not, right? Yeah. Okay. So well, actually, I will be going mining, right? So we'll bring this with because I need to get my hands on the good stuff. In terms of everything else, I guess I'll just drink. We've got plenty of food at the moment, it looks like. Yeah. Now, the copper mine is in that direction. It's only 200 blocks away. It's not too bad. We'll grab our walking stick back out, actually, because I think we'll put that away. Our walking cane, I guess. Oh, and we'll also take that off the offhand, so I can put this on the offhand. Cool. So, or I tame this guy real quick. I don't think it's real quick, though. I think it's a process. What are these? Cobble, mossy cobble. None of these are raw limestone? No. Okay, so we'll continue, I believe. This is hardened limestone. Alright. So I'm wondering if what they're suggesting is that I break this. And this plops off because there's nothing next to it. Clearly that's not the case. So we'll put that salt back down. And I'll continue to the mine. As you can see, I mean, the season's definitely changing here. Yeah, we're in early autumn. You can see all the leaves have gone orange. I thought it wasn't going to look too good in Minecraft, like the leaves all getting orange and falling and whatnot, but it's quite nice. I do quite like it. I believe our copper mine is right here. Now, someone had a great suggestion with the copper mine. What we should be doing... did I bring the saw? I did. Perfect. What we should be doing is digging directly down in a 3x3. And then using ladders to get up. And then when we get to the bottom, we set up the supports. Instead of whatever this is, where I've got like an interesting path that sort of leads down and does it all this way. Because like this is pretty silly. Oh. That's our first little friend. Now, down here, we do already have some like raw limestone and stuff. We can break some of it free. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm still concerned of that creeper, but we'll definitely be checking out what happens here. So if I break this stuff, if I break that, it's going to fall. Oh god, how do I do this? How do I extract a block? Because I can't sneak through there. I guess we can... I should be able to do it. I'm just going to hope that creeper doesn't jump scare me. If it does... damn. But hopefully it doesn't. So I think if I mine this block here, then this raw limestone will plop off. Yep, perfect. And we have our first raw limestone. Beautiful. So obviously we need a few more of those to go around. Now to do that, you can sort of pick and choose which block you try and excavate, I guess. There's probably like the perfect way to do it, you know what I mean? Where everything, like you get multiple each time you do it. But we're going to break this and then the one behind there. And that should fall right off. And that'll be our second block. Alright, so far no cave in. So far so good. We obviously can't mine the block up there just yet. So we probably want another block that's like here, for example. In fact, this one looks perfect. So I'll try and excavate this guy. And then I believe we'll be good to go. Alright, here we go. Might not have even cut there. That is 3 raw limestone. Now, that's enough to do one thing, which is make the quern, right? Or at the very least... Oh, actually, hold on. Is it even? Because if we properly get the quern here, this guy here, it also needs stone, which it needs to be like an actual like block, you know what I mean? If I do hardened, I can use raw stuff with the chert, but I can't get raw stuff. That's the problem, right? The raw stuff's so difficult to mine. Is there a better way to do it? It doesn't really look like it. Okay. Yeah, alright. It might be fine. It might be fine. Because I do have a bit of an idea for what we can do. So I'm going to... Oh, what am I going to do? I do have an idea. Okay. So I'll give it a shot. Alrighty. So we're going to place our supports here, here, and here. Right. So now this entire line is supported. Then what we'll do is, just so that I can get around here, I'm going to hollow out this entire middle section, right? So it's going to cost quite a bit of my pickaxe here, but it'll be a worthy investment, I'm sure. I'm sure it will be. Because obviously I want to be right in this block here, but we can't really get there easily. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to dig out a path that goes all the way over here. It's going to be perfect. So that's about as far as we're going to go. I don't know if we can go further. I don't even know if we can go this far. I didn't pay attention to see if there was any like shuffling sounds or anything. Alright, I think we're good here. So, I then need to hollow out the middle bit, right? Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's what I want to do. So then, we dig this. Now, I will say, it definitely made a shuffling sound, hinting that it will be caving in. Obviously, that is bad, but we'll see what happens. So, I'm going to obviously dig like this, and then the idea is that I dig that block, and I'm now realizing that's a problem. So, what we actually have to do, so if I dig that block, this falls, which means I need to dig this block anyway. And so, if we're really lucky, and we don't get a cave in, which we haven't just yet, I can then place more support beams here, here, and here, and then get away with doing this. I feel like that was a lot more complicated than it needs to be. But the idea is that I can... I'm not too sure about the science as to what we're seeing here, but I think it's fine. We'll see. I'll just keep going until it caves in, right? I mean, that's pretty much the plan. Oh my god, I just used a raw limestone to build. Oh my god. What a waste. Okay, I did a little bit more mining. As you can see, I've got 9 limestone now. 9 raw limestone, so that'll be enough to make the quern, I believe. If we want to make an anvil, I'll need more, and we'll come back for that if we need it, because it's a little bit painful doing that, I will say. Now, there'll probably be more mobs when we come down next time, which could be a problem, But it also might not be, so we'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? This stuff is so much easier to get the raw version of. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. All I have to do is mine that. Oh! Sapphire! Oh, sure. Yeah. Here we go. Create waypoint. Sapphire. Probably spelled it wrong. Listen, it's fine, okay? I know it's spelled wrong. Half the words I've written into that waypoint thing are spelled wrong. I don't have an excuse. And I don't need one, okay? I don't need one. I know how to spell things. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Alright, well anyway. We'll grab this. And then... I think this bit caught it. Here, we'll quickly mine this. And then, voila! We have 3 phylites, which we can use to make I can't even think of the word at the moment. An old-fashioned, thingy. An old-fashioned anvil, I believe is what they call it. So yeah, we're gonna come back here. We'll get all this stuff built. We'll see what we can do with it. We'll try to get some bone meal. We'll see if we can turn the bone meal into whatever it was we were going to turn it into, and I might even go check on that wolf and see if we can't get his familiarity. See if we can't get him tamed, because that'll obviously be pretty good. Now we've still got some stuff here that probably needs to be moved. I'll move it now. Might as well. We've got melon there that's got to grow here, obviously. These are melons as well. Surprisingly, yeah, a bunch of grass spread, which I didn't really expect. Cranberry, snowberry. That should be fine. But yeah, a bunch of grass grows. It's honestly, it's quite nice. Obviously, it's annoying, but it's also nice. It's nice to see things get overgrown. And when I hop in, it's like, oh, we've got to, every so often, clean stuff up, make sure that, we've got plenty of room. I feel bad for those guys. It's fine. Oh, yeah, nice. Pumpkins. But yeah, as I was saying, though, pumpkins and melons are going to be insane. Just honestly, based on how quickly they grow and harvest, I think it's going to be really good. Because, like, that guy we just harvested, like, the crop is mature, so it's going to just keep plopping them out, which will be pretty good. All right, so what do we need to do? Well, this is an interesting one. I'm going to be placing down raw limestone. And I've realized I should have done this in the cave. That would have made a lot more sense. And I'm going to be chiseling it. Boom. Now it's smooth limestone. So now if I mine it, does it actually drop? It does. Oh, beautiful. Cool. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and we'll chisel both of those. And then we can just mine them up. Now, yeah, these are actually really nice building blocks too. They look very good. So I believe we have everything we need to build. So, ooh, that's a rabbit. I was making sure it wasn't some death-defying beast. So we're going to go smooth limestone with some raw limestone underneath to make a quern. And then these plus a stick will make a handstone. So we've got both of these. We want to put them somewhere, right? So we'll place them here with the handstone on top. And so the way this works is we grab something like bones. I know we've got them somewhere. It's just a question of which thing they're in. I think it's this one. There we go. Is there anything to use our bone for other than the quern? I don't think so. I just don't think so. How are you doing, little guy? I don't know if I can tame rabbits. Actually, yeah, does it have a familiar thing? It doesn't, so I don't think so. What was it on? Oh yeah, this guy over here. So, is there an interface? No. Or at least not visibly. I'm going to place bones in the top. Let me place them all. And then, I don't actually know how this works. I guess we've got to read it. Unless I punch it? No, that doesn't make sense. Right click this bit. Oh! The handle. I didn't know there was an actual little handle. So one spin, as you can see, will process one thingy-majiggy, which is nice. And then to take this stuff out, I don't actually know how you do it. You just right-click the base. So now I've got bone meal, which I imagine works on crops. We'll go and check on... the melons are growing. They grow in water as well. Oh, the melons are going to be so good. If they keep growing like that. That's going to be good. Yeah, I do want to try the bone meal on something. This stuff we harvested, soybeans. So it puts... What does it do? It puts phosphorus in the ground. And I'm guessing that increases the growth rate? maybe. And we can obviously do, I guess, up to 100% maybe. And so we'll compare that crop to the rest of them. And we'll just see what happens, I guess. Cool. All right, we got some melons. Awesome. So... Oh, yeah, I've got to keep track of things. Everything's growing like crazy. Yeah, what was the other thing I was going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to do the... what's the word? The anvil, yes. So, I believe what we do is we get some of this raw firelight again, or these raw stones, and we place them like so. Then we consult the book, right? So we go back to a primitive anvil, and we go here. You click it with a hammer. So we've got our hammer. We right-click the middle, and I believe it's meant to turn into what we want. Now, obviously it hasn't, which makes me concerned that I'm doing the wrong thing. In order to make the anvil, simply right-click the exposed top face of one of those raw blocks with your hammer, and voila. The problem is, no voila. Why is this not voila? These are raw blocks. Oh, you know what? It might have to be a specific raw block, right? Yeah. It has to be igneous intrusive or igneous extrusive, right? So if we then go back to this... If we go somewhere, we can read it. Okay, so igneous, extrusive, and intrusive. None of these are phyllites. No, so unlucky, I guess. You know what? While we're here, let's we might as well chisel them. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? So we'll grab these. I guess we won't try out the anvil. Oh, you know what? I didn't even do the... Yeah, hold on. I need to keep spinning this guy around. I forgot what we even needed this for. We were trying to make glue to try and make the roof part of our house. So I do want to give that a shot. So we're gonna try. Okay, we're gonna try. Yeah, I'm horrible with roofs, so I'm hoping that these... I'll be honest, I don't think the roofs I'm gonna make are gonna work. I think our better option is just running the logs along the roof. But I mean, that's not going to look nice either. How could that possibly look nice? I can't see it. I can't see it looking nice. Oh my god, what am I doing? What do you think? What do you think? God, what am I doing? And then these just get this. Right? I'm saying this like any of what I'm doing makes sense and like, oh yeah, that looks nice. I mean, it really doesn't. Maybe with a nice floor it could. Like, let's say we got a bunch of this smooth firelight, or even like a checkerboard of the smooth firelight or something. Maybe that could look nice. Maybe. Oh god, this is just gonna be hideous, isn't it? I mean, that's not too bad. How do I do the actual roof though? I'm always horrible with that part. I don't know what to do. I do not know. I'm thinking I try to at least make one of the ones out of the lumber, right? If we grab some of this out and we grab the sticks, let's at least make one of the roofs and compare. Like, just see what it would look like. Greenhouse roof. Oh yeah, the greenhouse roofs look nice. I'm not making a greenhouse, but those look good. So there's steep covers, low covers, and all that sort of stuff. So if I just got a low one, it would be planks, like so, with a stick, or like that. I think that's what it's meant to look like. Yeah, planks and a stick. So the fact that this doesn't work means I might not even be able to do chestnut roofs, which would be unfortunate. What's this? Machine parts mold. Jeez. You can get a lot, can't you? Alright, well yeah, I looked through and it looks like you can only really do slabs, so I guess we do slabs. Sure. So I'll do Listen. No, I've got nothing. I was going to try and justify what you're about to witness, but I genuinely have nothing. I could do this, and then from the inside, it might not look that bad, right? So we've got a roof like that. I'm going to do it. Listen, I'm going to do it. You know what would be so different? Imagine if instead of talking as I am, if I was just so confident that I was like, and now what we're going to do is we're going to pair the chestnut logs with some slabs at the top. And so it gives us a little bit of extra room on the inside, but it adds a little of that extra detail. And so that's how you can make your buildings look better. You guys would be convinced. You'd be like, oh yeah, you know what? He's right. That is how you make your buildings look better. In reality, in reality, this is what you're getting. Oh my God. Do we have any? I think we've got some walls that I can put up there. I think the walls will really bring this build together. We could even do some hickory log fences. That. Oh yeah, that's the spot. This looks great. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. What do you think? What are we thinking? I'm thinking maybe even just that from the outside. What do we do on this inside bit? Do I just cover it in? I would like a bit of a glass roof. You know what I mean? Like what do we have in the slab department? Do we have any see-through slabs? We have scaffolding, but we need like reinforcements for this. I wonder if our greenhouse, like what do we actually have in the greenhouse section? I think this stuff we want. The problem is you either need treated wood, which we don't have. You know, we don't have any treated wood. We don't have creosote oil from a bottling machine or from a coke oven. So treated wood is off the table. Weathered treated. I wonder if you can find treated wood. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if you can find a greenhouse and you can chop it down and then like rebuild one. I imagine that's what they're hinting at here. There's obviously steel and iron and all that sort of stuff. I think if anything would do this, glass and copper rods, but we would need copper rods, and we don't have an anvil. Double ingots, jeez, that's a lot of copper. We could do that. Listen, it's on the table. I think in the meantime, how do we get glass, right? That probably makes the most sense. We need sand. That makes sense. How do I get sand? Sand. You need sand. Or you need gravel in a crushing wheel, which we do not have. So you need sand. If we consult the map, none of this is sand. None of this even looks... Oh, this looks like sand. Maybe a little bit over here. I mean, that's pretty far. I'll tell you what. If we're heading out here to go to the wolf to feed it again, we might also just head off that way and see if it is sand. I mean, it clearly isn't, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's not sand. I happen to know, I'm pretty sure down in this direction there's some stuff. Not too sure. I'm also tempted to go and check on our neighbor and see what they're doing. Oh, you know what? I should, because it's possible they have a waystone. They might not, but if they do, I mean, that'll be pretty good. So let's go here, create waypoint, cool, blocky, bro. Nice. So that is in one of these directions. Yeah, there it is. So I'll kill the rabbit that's right here. There we go. We'll cook up this meat and we'll give that to the wolf that we find. I'm sure he'll love it. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? They can actually eat rotten food. So it probably makes a lot more sense for me to bring some rotten food. I'm actually going to eat some of that stuff. They have no nutrition. I wonder if that matters. Well, I'll bring that with anyway. I'll eat some food, I'll drink some water, and I'll meet you guys there. I might cut up the melons and see if we've got a few more as well. Alright, so yeah, melons, knife, and, well, melon. So we've got plenty of melons. Are these? Oh, these are long-lasting. We've got some long-lasting melons. Yeah, hold on. These, if I open this, these would last 5 months, these would last 5 months, these would last 7 months. So the 7-month ones I should put away. Are these all 7 months? I can't even tell. Who cares? Okay, but yeah, I'll meet you by the wolf. Actually, no, I'll meet you at this place and then at the wolf. Not this place, sorry. Whatever the place was. This place. I'll meet you there. Oh, you know what? This is actually made out of raw limestone, so we could have dug it from some of these boulders around us. Good to know. Good to know. So if you're looking for that stuff, Make sure you do check the boulders around you, because some of them are actually have got the goods. We just ran past the boss under the ground. Clearly. I noticed it on the mini map, and then I turned around and sure enough, here's the guy. All right. I hear ya. Let me attempt. Let me attempt this. So I'm gonna make a shovel. We'll quickly combine this, and we'll see if we can head down and make like a little hole to jab him through. So I probably want to go like oh yeah, okay. So there are actually some like metal blocks down here. Oh, not metal, sorry, but some stone. So we can actually dig down here. Okay. Whoa there, buddy. Hold on. All right. Oh. Okay. We need a better idea. Whoa, calm down, buddy. All right. But hey, almost, right? That was pretty good. Now, I do think, I was going to say, I do think he can still see me from this altitude. So what if we go down here? Can he see me? I don't think he can. Can I pick this up? I don't... Okay. I can't pick that up, but I think we're fine. Okay. So we're here. Right? We are here. He is there. What do we want to do here? I do have an idea. It involves digging this and this and this, and then setting up support beams. Like that. So this is now fully supported, right? Then we come down here, and we dig this. And then we dig this. Right? And so now, in theory, I can walk here and lure the guy. Once he sees me. Yoo-hoo! So he just walked up and out of the little hovel that he was in. Yeah. Do I dare try to lure him back in? Or is he gonna just come back in? I've got my luring block. Oh. Oh! Run. Boom. Okay. So here he comes. Yep. Just wait for it. Okay, perfect. So, he has 133 damage. Obviously, that's going to take us quite a few swings to get him. If I were punching him, it does like nothing. So we will want to use a weapon here. I guess the question is just which weapon, right? Alright, if you do stand in the right spot, as you can see, even when he goes back sort of like out of range and whatnot, he's not able to shoot me. At least not yet. I've been doing this for a little bit, so I'll be back when he's dead. Oh, bingo. There we go. So, he is defeated. We have obtained, with a skeleton skull, Doomsday Ironforged Shield of the Snake. Upon blocking, inflict poison. Blocking a projectile deals 26% of the damage to the shooter. This item ignores 5% of durability damage. So that's Unbreaking and Reflective Defense 1. Blocked attacks may harm the attacker. Causes the tool to lose durability to the lower rate. Pretty cool. Pretty good. Awesome. Now, I don't necessarily know if I have a spot for a shield on here. That doesn't really make sense. So I guess that does make sense then. I don't think I can put the wooden cane anywhere other than actually holding it or putting it in my offhand, you know. And then we also have this Epic Shader grab bag. I'm pretty sure this just gives you stuff for immersive engineering. Yeah, see, it's used on all the, like, these different immersive engineering things. I've never used one before. Not a clue how they work, but we've got one. And then obviously, yeah, with a skeleton skull. So this is the room. Now, I thought that some of these rooms had, like, chests in them, so I'm just sort of digging up these to make sure there isn't any hidden under, but it doesn't really look like it, does there? And there goes our sword. Now, there are some creepers on the map, possibly down here. Yeah, there's a creeper down there, probably one further. But cool, nice. So, yeah, we made swift work of that boss. I'll continue on my way, and I'll meet you guys when I'm there. Unless, you know, something else crazy happens. Oh, actually, we ran past another lumberjack. I almost missed that. And what tree is this? This is another cherry bush. I might leave the cherry. Maybe I'll probably go bookmark it in a second. But yeah, there's another lumberjack, so we'll go and visit him. He might have better trade deals, because we do actually have wood on us. So if he has a good deal, then why not, right? He has birch planks, spruce, sequoia. Oh, chestnut. We could do that for opals. Not a bad idea, I guess. And we'd get opals. Now, what's the point? What does an opal do? It says here that it does nothing, so I'm guessing you'd use it to trade with a different villager. He doesn't really have anything going on. Oh my god, I'm in trouble. God. Okay. Oh, but we got lucky. We got the thing. We actually got the thing. So if I hold right click, I will literally teleport to my grave. And also, good to know, this is where the spawn is. So yeah, if I hold this, I will teleport to my grave. As you can see, the grizzly bear is still there. Once I pick this up, I need to run. Because I believe that allows him to attack me again. And so far so good. I'm looking at the mini-map. I don't believe he is following me. And so I believe we are good. Ha ha ha. Okay, well, hey, listen. That was honestly very, very lucky. We got away with that quite nicely, if I say so myself. Because now we have full hunger, full water. I was looking for some water, so don't need to anymore. And yeah, we're almost there. That would have been a long trip otherwise. Especially without the walking cane. I probably wouldn't have even made one. I would have just ran. Alrighty, we're just about there. There's a nice little pond down here. It looks quite nice. There's lots of cleared land, and I guess this is the beginnings of our neighbor's base. Lots of open land and lots of flat land too. That's a pretty good place, to be honest. Little jack-o'-lantern, or I guess carved pumpkin. Lots of bushes. No real like crop farming just yet. It looks like all berry bushes though. Like yeah, berry bushes, I guess. Different types of bushes. Cool. Nice. All right, well, I've still got the rotten meat on me, so I am going to now head into that direction. And no waystone, just to confirm. Yep. No waystone. All right, well, I'll be back. Alrighty, we're just around the corner. Hopefully, yep, the dog is still here. It is at 40 familiar, and it's not taking this rotten meat. Okay. I respect it. I respect it. Will you eat a melon? No, he won't. Looking at the map, there's a pig in this direction. It will meet its maker. And I need to do this before nighttime, or else I'm in trouble. Because the wolf will no longer be sleepy. Alrighty, it's about to become nighttime. Oh, the wolf is up. Okay. Sweet. Okay. He's cool. He's cool. I'm gonna leave. You do your thing. Everything's fine. I'm just going to try and get away from him. So that hopefully he stops running away. And he'll be roughly there when we get back. I see that I need water. We do have an empty jug on us that we can pretend to drink later. But listen, I'm pretty sure that's this episode done. We tried out the bellows. We made a chisel. We made a quern. We didn't really use them too much. But we've got them. We've got them, right? Yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I mean, we did some mining, right? We messed around with that a little bit. The house is getting together. So that's a positive. But in terms of like production, I guess we didn't do too much. Did we do too much? I don't really know. What I am curious about is water. Very much needing some water. Home sweet home. I'll be honest though, it's slowly, things are getting together. Like this thing's not too bad. Oh yeah, we were looking for sand. I didn't find any sand. I was keeping an eye out. All right. Well, I mean, I think that's it. In terms of uploads, I should mention this. Things might change a little bit. I think the upload time, like the time that you guys will get videos, will be about 6 hours later than usual. But it will be consistent from this point onwards. The reason is, it's like my timings are all changing. And part of that is, like, there was going to be two options. One is I have it be 6 hours later, which I think is the best option for you guys. But let me know if it's not. Let me know if you want the same time, because I can do that. But the downside would be the delay between me reading the comments. There'd be about a video delay. So I wouldn't see your comments on the video until like the second episode. You know what I mean? Like, so episode 1 would happen. Episode 2 would have no help from you guys. Like, I wouldn't have seen the comments. Episode 3, I would then have the information from episode 1, right? And in a pack like this, that's pretty rough. So that is an option. I could have that. Pretty much either one of those things is what's going to happen. If we do that second option with the delay, then there might be, we could even do like early access videos for like Patreon or channel memberships or something. But at the moment, it's just going to be 6 hours later than usual, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me know if you care, if you don't care, I guess. But yeah. All right, we'll store this stuff in here while we can. What should I do with all these pumpkins? Like, genuinely, what should I do? Should I be turning them into stew and then storing the stew? I'm annoyed that... What am I annoyed about? I'm annoyed that they don't stack. I guess that's the beauty of making a food shelf, right? And I'm guessing if I make a new... I might actually just quickly try to make a new food shelf. Yeah. That's what I'm going to try and do. So, shelf, but with food. So this thing's... it does need some planks. So it needs... How many does it need? It needs about that, doesn't it? So boom, 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 boom. That. And then it's this with those. And then we get a food shelf. So can I then store pumpkins in this food? Okay, I get you. I'm picking up what's being put down. So then I'd be able to store, all of these pumpkins, even though they have different expiration dates. They're all the same type of food, and so they can all be stored in this same thing. Except for the wild ones. The ones we've found out in the wild do not work that way. And there's nothing I can do to fix that. Cool, okay. But yeah, nice. I actually do enjoy that information. That is good to know. Well, in that case, I'm going to call it here. I probably will sleep through the night, just because, I need to get a picture for the thumbnail. And yeah, I don't really know what that'll be. Maybe it'll be the bellows, because the bellows were a bit confusing, so I'm guessing a few people will probably want to know how they go ahead and work. And so there it is. Maybe I'll do like a... There we go. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I guess we had that little boss fight as well. Hopefully it was entertaining. Yeah, regardless, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.